for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Well,
You had a really big game at Syracuse, but I was looking at some stats, and in 9 of the past 13 games, you've gotten 3 or fewer three-point attempts. The analytics suggest you should be getting more threes. So I'm curious, do you think that makes sense for the team to try to get you more threes? And if so, how do you and the team go about getting that done here down the stretch?
I think the main thing is getting wins, more than getting me shots. I think that's really what I'm focused on is, getting wins. Shots, will come here and there. It depends on the game and, how guys are playing me, but some of that stuff is out of my control. So, but I've really been focusing on what I can control and which is my defense, my talk, and, making the right play, making good plays. And so, my focus and the team's focus is just getting wins. So that's really all we're thinking about.
Alex Bozich.
Hey, Miller, thanks for the time. You're one of the older guys in this program. You've been through the ups and downs in the Big Ten, and you guys are kind of on a down right now with 4 straight losses. How do you process kind of the state of where you guys are as a team? And have you said anything to other guys, or what do you think the keys are to maybe being able to turn things around and get back to winning?
Well, it's just realizing that, there's so much season left to go. So much can change within the next 5 games and even the Big Ten tournament. But, it's just looking forward, learning from our mistakes and our past games. And, just like we've done all season, and really just because I've been through some rough patches in seasons, and you can't let, anything spill over into the next game or the next game. And so it's about kind of cutting the water off and, really focusing on, the next game and how we all can get better. So it was really just focusing on the next game and ourselves, really.
Thanks.
Tom Brew.
Miller, you guys with this long break between games had a chance to have a couple of days off when there's really no off days, quote unquote. I mean, what did you do personally during that time in regards to getting any work in, or just trying to relax or clear your head, or what'd you do?
Yeah, no, for me, I feel like, off days are definitely important this time during the season. It's really important. So, we had 2 days off and off. And so, for me, that looked like, the first day I kind of stayed out of the gym, just kind of let my head clear, mental break, but I still got some cardio in, got some running in on the treadmill just to keep my body, knowing that it's still got to work. And so I don't necessarily like taking days off. And so all my days off, I make sure to do something that still kind of keeps me in good shape. And so the next day I got a workout in and a little run on the treadmill. So it wasn't really a little workout. It was a good workout just to, really push myself. So, I feel great. This first practice, we had a really good practice, really competitive. So, yeah.
Did you get a lot of shots up on that second day?
I did. I got a lot of shots, a lot of makes.
Tyler Tackman.
Hey, Miller, hope you're doing well. You had talked about just taking things one game at a time, and I'd imagine that's easier said than done. I guess kind of what's the most difficult part of trying to execute that mindset, and what do you do kind of just on the mental side of games of not letting yourself compound stuff and trying to kind of stay as present as you can?
Well, yeah, it's hard because, we're all human, and, you always look forward and look backwards. And so, sorry. It's really about just, focusing on, what we could do in this moment, in this day, in this practice, and not focusing on the next 5 games and who we've got next and, all that stuff. So it's just about focusing on the next 10 minutes. What can I do? How can I make this next 10 minutes the best, I can. And then you end up getting to the game.
Keegan.
Hey, Miller. Coach Woodson's talked about how you guys have to do better emulating what you've done in past wins and kind of carrying them over. How much of this week has been looking back at film from your last game against Ohio State in preparation for Monday's game?
Yeah, so I mean, we get, we get all the games and the film and stuff, and so they send that to us, and we watch it and make sure to really, focus on what we did right, what we want to, do again, and things we want to shore up, and so I think we're going to be really, we are going to be really prepared for that game, and so, definitely looking at past games, but also looking at recent games they've had, because they change things during the year and different wrinkles and different. Guys are playing well at certain times. So it's just focusing on, kind of timing, but also, like you said, going back to what we did the first game.
Last question, Tom Brew.
Miller, with Michigan and Illinois and Michigan State, all those games that all those guys talked about a real sense of urgency they had because they were coming off of losses when they played you guys in that. Certainly with you guys now, I mean, you guys are in sense of urgency mode too. I mean, does that part of it come into play in regards to that, just that urgency of having to get a victory?
I think we have the same urgency we've had all year. I think if you try to come in after a loss or even a couple losses with a more intense and more urgency, I feel like it kind of can manifest itself into like negative emotions and feelings to where it's like you're rushing, like you're tense, and so we've got the same urgency we had all year that got us big wins against Purdue and Ohio State, and so we just keep that urgency, and it's really about for us like it's just finishing games. So starting games and coming into games and our preparation, we still have the same intensity and focus and that we've had all year.
Thanks, Miller.